September 30th, and a major change for Social Security, as well as an important deadline for Medicare beneficiaries and some other very important details around September 30th. All of it will be covered here in this short video. We've got a little bit of a mixed bag here in this one, but I'll break it all down for you. Let's jump into the details. Now, first off, I do want to give a few really quick shout outs to a handful of people that have reached out to that phone number right there to get some free help with their Medicare. Dwayne Carls, who is saving $142 a month, nearly $2,000 per year. Kathy McCauley, who is saving $2,000 per year. Vikings Bears, who is saving $1,000 per year. Barbara Welly, I hope I'm pronouncing your last name correctly. She is saving $94 per month, nearly $1,000 per year. And Carolyn Mitchell, all of them, along with about 5,000 of you here in this community, have called that phone number right there to get completely 100% free help with your Medicare, as well as your initial enrollment if you're turning 65 or retiring. If you're on Medicare, do yourself a huge favor. Write that phone number down, take a picture, take a screenshot, whatever you got to do. That is certainly going to come in handy here in just a matter of days, and especially over the next couple weeks. That is going to be by far your best free resource. Please take advantage of that. It's going to help you massively. All right, anyway, after you talk to them, drop a comment down below on any video. Use the word chapter, and I would love to give you a shout out in a future video. By the way, chapter is the keyword that I search for, and I'd love to give you a shout out and feature you in an upcoming video. All right, let's talk about September 30th. In just a matter of days, right here, right now, as I film this video, we've got some major things happening. I'm going to break it all down for you. This is in no particular order whatsoever, but rather all of this is happening September 30th, okay? So a lot of things are happening. Why? First off, why would September 30th be such an important date? I'll tell you why. It's the end of the fiscal year. So a lot of things come in at the very end of the fiscal year, and that's what we're seeing right here, right now. Now, obviously, I'm not covering everything. I'm just covering some major ones that I do believe will pertain to many of you here in this community, okay? Anyway, the end of the fiscal year for the federal government, September 30th. The new 2026 fiscal year starts October 1st. That's why we're seeing a lot of this come in. Okay, let's first off talk about the major change for Social Security, okay? This is the elimination of paper payments. Very important, okay? Now, I totally recognize most beneficiaries are already set up on direct deposit, electronic payments. That's awesome. But there's still a bunch of people that are still enrolled in paper payments. They're transitioning 100% into electronic federal payments. In fact, back in March, the president signed an executive order eliminating paper payments coming out of the federal government, basically starting, in a matter of days here, okay? So they're basically eliminating paper payments going out to anybody. And this could be in the form of Social Security payments, as well as federal tax refunds. Any money going from the federal government or any entity from, federally administered is no longer going to be going out paper. It's all got to be electronic now. Why? You might be thinking, why? First off, number one is to save money. According to the research I've done on this, apparently to send out a paper payment, it costs them about 35 cents. Okay, 35 cents, what you might think. Who cares? 35 cents, right? You would think that. 35 cents, not that big of a deal, right? But multiply that by hundreds of millions per year, and now you're talking a lot of money, right? So yeah, it actually turns out to be a lot of money over the course of the entire year, just through printing of paper checks, the packaging, the postage as well. All of it is very expensive, so 35 cents. However, it costs them about 15-ish cents, give or take a little bit, to send out an electronic payment, and that's why they're doing this. So they're saving, 20-ish cents per transaction, and then not only that, the money gets there practically instantly. It's very, very quick, and then not only that as well, the risk of loss or the money being taken by somebody with an electronic payment is like very, very minimal, whereas with a paper payment going out, well, we don't really know if it's ever going to arrive, right? Have you ever done that before? Like you throw something in the mail and you're like, I hope it gets there. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, how do I never know that it gets there? We don't know. Like generally you don't get confirmation, right? You just kind of throw it in the mailbox and you're like, well, I hope it arrives at its destination at some point. Okay, so that's kind of the situation there. So It's a way to basically make payments faster, cheaper, less expensive for the federal government, as well as ensure basically the timely arrival and the lack of loss or basically ill-intentioned people possibly taking it. Is that going to make sense? Okay. Anyway, this is from the executive order the president signed back in March. That goes into effect matter of days here. Okay. That's number one. Now let's quickly talk about this major deadline for Medicare beneficiaries. Okay. Now it's not a deadline for Medicare beneficiaries that you need to do anything, but rather the deadline in which you must receive some documentation. If you're one of the beneficiaries, let me point out what this is. If you are somebody that is currently on Medicare Advantage or a Medicare Part D plan, then this would be very important for you. You will be receiving what they call ANOC, Annual Notice of Change. It is a document that you will receive in one of two methods. Number one, in your mailbox, a physical letter that'll show up in your mailbox, paper, you rip it open, you read the letter. Keep that letter, please. Keep that letter. Very, very, very important. And please read it. So incredibly important. More on that in just a second here, okay? Please keep that letter, so incredibly important. So it's going to arrive either in your mailbox as a paper letter, or if you've elected for electronic communication, it may arrive in your email, okay? One of two ways you will be getting this. They must get that to you by the end of September. September 30th is the deadline. They must have that to you in your possession by September 30th. Again, ANOC, it is Annual Notice of Change. Every single year, by the end of the September, it must be there in your possession. Again, Medicare Advantage and Medicare Part D beneficiaries. This is tens of millions of seniors that are on these plans. You got to get this notice, okay? Now, really briefly here, what does it entail? Within the annual notice of change, they're going to tell you, hey, this coming next year, your plan will be changing. The networks will now be this. The copays will now be this. The monthly premium will now be this. The max out of pocket will now be this. The deductibles will be that. It's going to tell you any changes to your plan. Please keep that in mind, okay? Keep this letter. Also, when you contact them for free help with your Medicare plan, have that letter in hand, in your possession at the moment that you call them, okay? Why? Because you want to know what changes that are out there. And again, when you call them 100% free with your Medicare, when you call them, they're going to help you find the best plan with the best price, with the best coverages, and the best fit for you and your personal situation. So again, like I said a couple minutes ago, that's by far your best resource. And not only that, your best friend for this time of year. Please take advantage of that. It is 100% free. I also just want to throw this out there really quickly. I am definitely not saying this to scare anybody. Please do not go through the year and just renew your plan without getting some kind of review or someone to look at it, okay? That would be a massive disservice to yourself to just assume that your plan still covers you properly. I certainly wouldn't do that. And again, it's totally up to you. It's up to your discretion. I'm not here to tell you what to do in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying, please do not put yourself in that kind of risk where like just assuming that your plan is fine, nada, right? Plans change, copays change, deductibles change, max out-of-pockets change, premiums change, networks change, doctors go in and out of networks, our medical needs change. It all changes massively all the time. And that's where that annual notice of change letter is going to come in handy, and where this team of advisors, completely for free, are also going to come in massive handy here to help you find the best plan for your situation. Okay, please utilize that. Do not put yourself at risk of just saying, I'm pretty good. I'm probably fine, or I'm healthy. I don't need anything and I'm good. Oh, a lot of things can happen, okay? Do not put yourself in a financial situation where, you could get some massive bills if you're not covered properly. Anyway, you get the hint, okay? Just write that phone number down, take a picture, take a screenshot, and also watch for your annual notice of change letter. If you have not received it yet, you will be getting it very, very soon. Watch for that and keep it. Please keep it, okay? I know it's so easy just to look at mail and be like, it's all junk, burn pile, right? Well, maybe I'm a crazy person that does that, right? Burn it all. I don't really do that, but, you get what I mean, right? Anyway, I'm not as crazy as I seem, okay? I promise. I'm really not. I literally just sit here in this little room by myself, talking to a phone. Guess that makes me sound kind of crazy. Let's just be real, okay? Yeah, I guess. All right, anyway, sorry. Okay, so that's that. Now let's quickly talk about some of the other things we want to focus on. The end of the fiscal year, September 30th, okay? Why am I mentioning this? Well, this is when the overall shutdown happens, if it's going to happen, okay? The end of the day, September 30th, as soon as we roll over to October 1st, that's when shutdowns happen. Okay, we've talked about that before over the last couple weeks here in other videos. This comes up every single year. The same situation comes up where they're like, we're shutting her down. We're coming in. We're going to shut it down because we can't come together on a deal. Well, okay, fine, whatever. That's that, okay? Anyway, got a lot of really big things coming up here. The end of this month, we're only days away as I film this video right here. October, massively important as well. Again, please do yourself a huge favor. Write that phone number down. That is going to be your best friend in the coming weeks here. I can assure you that, okay? Remember the names that I mentioned at the beginning of this video? By the way, those are real people in this community that have dropped comments down below. Dwayne Carls, again, $142 a month that he's saving. That's almost $2,000 a year. Kathy McCauley, $2,000. Vikings Bears, $1,000. Carolyn Mitchell, she didn't mention how much she's saving, but she did reach out to them to get some free help. Barbara Welly, she's also saving, again, $94 a month. Massive stuff here, right? Almost $1,000 a year. Again, by making a free quick phone call right there. All right, anyway, you get it. As well, after you talk to them, drop a comment down below. Use the word chapter. Again, that's the keyword that I search for. I'd love to give you a shout out and feature you in an upcoming video. If you want to, let me know how it goes. I love helping people save money. Okay, it's awesome. I love saving money myself. I'm always asking for a discount. It's annoying how often I ask for a discount. I annoy people like crazy because I'm like, hey, you got a discount today? And they're like, no discount. And I'm like, yeah, you do. I'm sure you have a discount. Just come on, tell me what it is because I know you got something. You can do something on your price. I know you can, right? And I just keep pestering people until they're like, fine. If you stop asking, I'll give you like 10% off. I'm like, perfect, let's do it. Okay? There's always a way, always. All right, anyway, I hope this helps you. Look forward to reading your comments down below after you contact them right there. Otherwise, yeah, please subscribe if you're new here. Please share the video, big share button right down below. Leave a comment if you want. Drop some comments down below. Otherwise, again, do your friends, family members, neighbors, acquaintances, siblings, coworkers, parents, neighbors down the street, neighbors down the hall, anybody you know, do them a favor. Share that phone number with them. If you know anybody currently on Medicare or turning 65 in the next 6 months or so, please do them a favor. Share that phone number. That'll be, again, their best friend for the next few weeks here. Please share that phone number. By the way, after you share the phone number, drop a comment down below. Tell me who you shared it with. Hey, I shared it with my brother John. Hey, I shared it with my sister Betty. Hey, I shared it with my neighbor Tom. I don't know, I'm just making up names. After you share it, tell me who you shared it with, and I'll give you a shout out in a future video. All right, anyway, have a nice day. Thanks for watching this. Hope you're doing well. Stay tuned here. We've got a lot of big things coming up here in October. Massive stuff. I'll be here by your side every single day in videos, live streams, shorts, whatever you got. I'm here for you. Enjoy. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe.